I'm going to make this very simple for you, Dan. Men should not play sports against women. I'm not going to get into all the bullshit that's going on out here in the world today. If anybody thinks that, I think they're stupid. I'm not, like I say, I support the gay community 100%. I support the transgender community 100%. But I do not, under any circumstances, under zero, think that men should play sports against women. And if anybody have a problem with that, they're going to have to get over it, because I'm not going to change. I just think it's wrong, period.
Which are what? The science behind this, that men and women are different. And you can call yourself a woman, you can call yourself a cat, call yourself whatever you want, but the facts are what? Trans women are men. And the W in WNBA stands for women.
Before the game, you had a conversation with Sophie Cunningham.
I did.
If you want to share what you talked about, feel free. But more of my question is just how important is it to have those like in-person conversations with people that
I think it's
have
great.
Different views?
I think it's great. I think both of us understand that we have platforms, and we both talked about wanting to, more than anything, educate, and there are some things.
Charles Barkley recently shared his opinion on a topic that has sparked major discussion across the sports world. Speaking on television, he said he agrees with Sophie Cunningham's position on fairness in women's sports. Barkley delivered his comments in the straightforward style that has defined his career for decades. His remarks quickly gained attention and fueled debate among fans, analysts, and former athletes. The conversation has since become one of the most talked about stories in sports media.
But I'm never going to think it's all right for men to play sports against women. And I don't even think that's controversial. That's the thing that's funny. Like some of this stuff make, like when you see these debates on television, I'm like, yeah, men shouldn't play sports against women. I'm done. I don't want to hear you try to explain it to me. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to argue with you. Men shouldn't play sports against women. I'm done. There's a lot of we can argue over. That ain't one.
The discussion began after Sophie Cunningham shared her views during a media interview. She said she believes women's sports should remain separated by biological sex in competition. Her comments quickly spread across sports media and social platforms. Supporters and critics responded with very different opinions on the issue. Barkley's later remarks brought the topic back into the national spotlight.
Trans men going and saying, I want to play football. I want to play basketball. I want to be. Why there's no trans men going into men's spaces? Why is it trans women that's going into women's spaces? Show me the last time a trans man was on a podium in any sport. Show me the last time a trans man won in cycling, cross country, football, they played on the team, volleyball team, track and field, 4x100 meter relay on track and field, steeplechase, name it. Show me a trans man that have been competitive. Show me one. Show me one.
Following the interview, Sophie Cunningham became the focus of ongoing public attention. Road crowds reacted loudly, and the debate extended well beyond basketball. Many fans expressed strong opinions both in support of and against her comments. The league's response was also closely watched throughout the controversy. The discussion continued to grow across sports media.
Why the fuck are y'all booing Sophie Cunningham at every game now, man? This is what we doing to Sophie, trying to villainize this woman when all she did was
One of the most talked about moments came during a road game in Portland. Crowd reactions were clearly heard throughout the broadcast. Despite the atmosphere, Cunningham stayed focused on the game. She responded with her performance instead of addressing the crowd directly. The moment quickly spread across social media.
The crazies out there are now protesting her at WNBA games. So much so that a coach from another team pulled Sophie aside to have a few words with her and just let her know what she had thought about what Sophie said. Guys, Sophie Cunningham is probably the most popular athlete in the WNBA. If she goes bye-bye, there is no more WNBA. Additionally, have you ever seen Sophie Cunningham play ball before? What on earth makes y'all think that she cares about a bunch of crybabies complaining about an 80-20 issue? Literally, no one wants men and women's sports. It is highly unpopular, and the only people that do want that Or people who have likely never played sports before in their life.
The controversy soon reached beyond the basketball court. Signs and banners at several games became part of the ongoing discussion. Arena staff reportedly stepped in during a few situations involving fans. The story received widespread attention from sports media outlets. It became one of the league's biggest off-court conversations.
Super respectful. We were just holding our signs and cheering for both teams. And this lady, older lady, comes up to us, and she comes up to us, and at first I think she's gonna be nice, and then she asks like, "What are you guys doing?" or something like that. And then it was like, "Jesus loves everyone." That's what she told us, and I was like, "Oh, I know. Like, I'm religious. Like, I know. Like, I know."
Nice.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I hope Jesus can forgive you for what sin you've done," and like something like that. And then she told us that we were effing insane, and that we
And she's like, and she went like insane.
Yeah,
She's like, you better stop this
and stop pulling
shit.
this. Yeah,
And
for you guys
I
to
hope
come
God
here
can
and
save
pull
you.
this. Yeah.
She said, for you to come here and pull this shit.
Yeah.
She said the word.
Yeah.
Did she say effing insane or the fucking
No, she
insane?
she said the word.
And nobody around you spoke up for you. No.
No.
I will say, Annalie, when I came over, you were in tears.
Yeah, I've never been yelled at like that. I mean, I've had people hate on me on the internet, but like it doesn't really affect me as much because it's just.
The debate intensified after an incident involving two young fans at a Seattle Storm game. A sign supporting Sophie Cunningham became the center of the interaction. Video of the incident spread widely online and drew significant public attention. The league later announced disciplinary action related to the matter. The event added another chapter to an already high-profile controversy.
Cunningham has said that males, biological males, do not belong in women's sport. That's it. That is the rational, sane, commonly shared stance. It's a safety issue. It's a fairness issue. It's not an anti-trans kids campaign, but this coach saying, oh, trans kids are well... This is what they do. The straw man argument. She is trying to say that Sophie is against trans kids and she's excluding them and this is evil. No! It's so dumb, it's so evil, it's so calculated. And this is how they silence people.
Charles Barkley later expanded on his views during a television appearance. He said leagues should be careful when responding to players' personal opinions. His comments sparked further discussion across the sports community. Several well-known athletes and commentators also shared their own perspectives. The debate has continued with strong opinions from multiple sides.
So she just says what's true. She says common sense thing, and she gets so much backlash. She's like, men should not be playing in women's sports. Why is that so, like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's a simple statement. She stood by it. That's what I love about when people say things. Don't back down. If you say something, stand by it. And she said it. She backed it up. She's not backing down no matter how much heat she gets from certain people. It's an 80-20 issue. 80% of the country think it's true, 20% don't. The 20% is crushing her. Let them. Who cares? But I love that she didn't back down. I love everything she stands for. She plays hard. She's good. Like I said, I don't watch WNBA, but I like those two girls right there. Yeah, she's going to get backlash from the girls around her and other teams. And, you know, it's a liberal and mostly gay league, which is fine. I have no problem. My daughter is gay. No problem. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. But the way they push things on people, sometimes I don't like it. And
Barkley's comments, several well-known sports figures also shared their perspectives. Some supported the idea that athletes should be free to express their opinions. Others focused on keeping the conversation respectful and centered on sports. The debate soon expanded beyond basketball into the wider sports world. Media coverage continued as more public figures weighed in.
Trying to almost weaponize the word kid and children to, dig deep on the feelings of people instead of the facts, which are what? The science behind this, that men and women are different. And you can call yourself a woman, you can call yourself a cat, call yourself whatever you want, but the facts are what? Trans women are men. And the W in WNBA stands for women. So I just hate it when words like that are weaponized. And Sophie Cunningham made it very, very clear from day one, when, by the way, she didn't bring this up. She was asked by an ESPN reporter about this topic, and she answered. And then as the controversy brewed, she went on Twitter and said the same thing, which is, I am not trying to exclude anyone. Everybody is welcome at my table, but this is the W.
Pastors and former athletes continued discussing the controversy from different viewpoints. Some argued the reaction to Sophie's interview had become larger than the original comments. Others emphasized the importance of respectful public discussion. The story remained a major topic across television and social media. Fans continued sharing a wide range of opinions.
Sophie Cunningham's comments were anti-trans. No, not even a little. Dan, she went out of her way to say, I love everyone. This is about science and fairness and protecting women. Because guess what? Until recently, women, we had our own sets of grievances. We couldn't vote. It wasn't that long ago. If you really put it in the context of the history of the world, women couldn't vote. We couldn't get, checking accounts without the husband's signature. All these things women fought for. Women to be able to be in the workplace. All of these things. Now that we've gotten those things and we've evened the playing field, somehow there's this other level of grievance come. It's always about grievance. And this is protecting what we've earned, not about hating on anyone.
10 commentators offered different views on how the situation had developed. Some praised Cunningham's calm approach throughout the controversy. Others believed the issue involved broader questions about inclusion in sports. The discussion reflected differing opinions across the basketball community. The debate showed no signs of slowing down. Support and criticism continued coming from players, analysts, and fans alike. Many agreed the issue had become one of the biggest discussions in sports. Some called for more balanced conversations about fairness and inclusion. Others stressed that respectful disagreement is an important part of public debate. The conversation remained active across multiple platforms.
That's the point. Sophie Cunningham becoming the face of protecting women and protecting girls is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. For one, she's saying that it's not about trans athletes. It's about protecting young girls. It's not about excluding only trans athletes. But you were a ring girl for somebody that has alleged allegations against women. Not only that, but being exposed by an old teammate for voting for somebody that has alleged allegations against young women and young girls. Young girls. Young girls, right? So all of a sudden, she's this face of protecting young girls and young women, but being a hypocrite. That's only one part of this conversation. The focus of shutting the doors on trans athletes being this big emphasis right now, while trans athletes are just minding their freaking business. I have not seen a trans woman.
Some took it as Griner subtly criticizing Sophie for creating the mess in the first place. Others read it as Griner venting about the media circus and the constant questions, not about Sophie personally at all. What actually happened next did a lot to clear up which read was closer to the truth.
And this is what I keep talking about when I say we live in a backwards society. Sophie Cunningham, a WNBA player, one of the most notable WNBA players in the league now, is trying to defend women's rights. And the same women she's trying to defend are attacking her. Because it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It doesn't matter what you mean by it. All it looks like is you support Trump. And these women have Trump derangement syndrome. They don't understand that you're making women's sports safer and fair so that they don't have to get in a ring and box a man. So they don't have to spend their entire life training to be beaten by a man who wasn't good enough to play in the NBA. So she's doing what she can to protect the sanctity of the sports that she loves. And you guys are attacking her for it. That is the craziest, most backward shit I have ever seen or heard, bro. I've never heard anything like this. So you don't want fair...
Different interpretations of later comments added more attention to the story. Fans and media debated what was actually meant by those statements. The ongoing discussion created even more headlines across sports outlets. Many observers waited for further clarification from those involved. The controversy continued to evolve with each new development.
Anyone who attends a Storm game. Cunningham also weighed in after this alleged confrontation at the game. She posted on social media, "I truly believe there is a safe space and love for everybody, biological girls, biological boys, trans women, and trans men. Everyone is welcome at my table. You can disagree and still be kind." She said, "Bravo to those girls for standing up for what they believe. You'll be hearing from me soon." And she added, "Truly embarrassing of the co-owner. Unfortunately shows the type of leader she is."
Before one game, players shared a friendly moment that gained attention online. The interaction suggested that competition on the court could remain respectful. Many fans viewed the moment as a positive sign amid the controversy. The clip quickly spread across social media platforms. It reminded viewers that sportsmanship can exist despite public disagreements.
She's covering your sign.
Sophie Cunningham later encouraged respectful discussion despite differing opinions. She thanked supporters, while calling for kindness toward everyone involved. Her response became another widely discussed moment in the story. Many observers noted her consistent public tone throughout the controversy. The conversation continues as fans await future developments.
How you like that? Stupid tighter. And that was so easy.
That's them. That's what the fake out people's faces. The conversation has continued to grow with every new game and public statement. Fans, analysts, and former athletes remain divided on the issue. Many believe the focus should return to basketball rather than ongoing controversy. League officials continue facing questions about how similar situations should be handled. For now, the story remains one of the biggest talking points in women's basketball.
Let's get something straight. Sophie Cunningham can make publicly transphobic comments, triple down on them, and continue to play without facing any real consequences, averaging 9 points per game, by the way. And yet, the second that someone else pushes back on them, they get hit with a suspension and a fine. Like, am I reading this correctly? Cunningham's recent harmful comments about trans women in women's sports sparked an anti-trans rally outside of Tuesday's game between the Storm and the Fever. In fact, a second Sophie Cunningham rally, which is what they're calling it, by the way, is also being planned for Friday's game in Portland against the Fire.
The entire league needed to focus on basketball instead of turning every press conference into a referendum on players' personal opinions. Plenty of athletes have said things over the years that generated far less organized backlash. And why is this particular topic drawing so much more intensity than usual sports controversies? None of this looks like it's cooling off anytime soon. Every time Sophie plays on the road, cameras are waiting to see whether the boos continue, whether new banners show up, and whether the league office finally addresses the pattern directly instead of issuing vague statements after the fact. Every time, another respected voice from a different corner of the sports world weighs in, whether in support or in criticism. The story picks up new life on a fresh platform.
I could not respect Sophie Cunningham more because she's putting her career on the line, speaking her truth, trying to protect our women and girls, and making sure that they have the ability to compete and all of their hard work to pay off because they're competing on an even playing field. That is the number one issue to me, and I want to see more women go ahead and speak out about this because put all the other issues aside. This is sport. And in sport, it must be a fair and even playing field. And having biological men competing with women is robbing them of their opportunities. Number one, that is simple. If this is a sport, it should be about equality and fairness on the playing field. And this is not fair. All the other issues, protecting our women in the locker rooms, all of that, I agree with. But when it comes to sport, this should be the number one frontier issue, and it is not talked about enough, and we need more women to talk about it because
Sophie Cunningham has continued competing while standing by the views she previously expressed. Charles Barkley's comments added another high-profile voice to an already active debate. Supporters and critics continue sharing different perspectives across the sports world. The discussion highlights the broader conversation surrounding fairness, inclusion, and competition. As the season continues, attention remains on both the players and the league's response.